She comes off as an insufferable, whiny brat, and that's why people are so annoyed.
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
But you don't have to disparage men in the process. In order to be inclusive, you have to completely destroy storylines.
It's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful.
Rachel Zegler thought she was in for a quiet night until her phone buzzed violently, nearly sliding off the coffee table. Notifications from TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram flooded her screen, all flashing the same urgent message. Have you seen this? She clicked on a shaky, low-light video that filled her screen. A single spotlight illuminated the Evita stage, showcasing a woman she didn't recognize, singing "Don't Cry for Me Argentina" with a velvet power that cut through the poor phone audio.
I will elbow everyone out of the way to play the part.
Talk about biting the hand that feeds you.
Zegler's career now looking like it is seriously on life support.
I was scared of the original cartoon, was terrified of it.
The most absurd aspect of disbelief was the notion that Camila Delgado, playing the Wicked Witch and the evil stepmother, could somehow be less attractive than Rachel Zegler. It was the dumbest thing she had ever heard. Rachel's heart raced as she read the caption. Knew Eva 10 times better than Rachel. Comments scrolled faster than she could read, sending instant chills down her spine. That voice, my God! Sorry, Rachel, who? And then, rising like a tsunami, the hashtag that would haunt her before midnight. # better than Rachel. Her publicist's call came just 30 seconds later. He didn't say hello. Instead, he asked, "Have you watched the clip all the way through?"
The biggest aspect of disbelief you have to suspend is the idea that Gal Gadot, as the Wicked Witch here, as the evil stepmother, is somehow less good looking than Rachel Zegler.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
She hadn't. With trembling fingers, she replayed it, noticing every detail the internet had already dissected. The performer's shorter frame, the natural Argentine inflection, the controlled stillness on the high sustained note where Rachel used to belt. What an idiot I've been, she thought, reflecting on her own naivety as a young person in this industry, lacking a filter and direction. Silence hung on the other end of the line until her publicist's measured voice broke through. They've gone viral in under an hour. We need a plan before sunrise.
What an idiot I've been as a young person in this industry who has no filter and no idea what she's doing.
Rachel managed only a whisper. Who is she? The answer was a name she had never heard. Camila Delgado. Unknown, unverified, but trending worldwide. As Rachel watched the clip loop again, fans were crowning the newcomer as 1,000 times better. Something inside her cracked. Who has been the most exciting person for you tonight? She thought, her mind racing back to all those months of rehearsals and press rounds she had convinced herself would rewrite her Snow White fallout. The late-night vocal drills to prove she could outsing the skeptics were vaporizing in 15 blurry seconds. She opened Twitter, and the algorithm was merciless.
Like, who has been the most exciting person for you tonight?
Oh my God.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Reaction videos, side-by-side voice overlays, slowed down comparisons. One influencer captioned a freeze frame of Camila hitting the climactic note with, "This is the end of Rachel's Ava era, and the start of something glorious." Her feed split between strangers laughing and fans begging her to stay strong, but mostly it was laughter. That's when the tears hit, silent, hot, blurring the screen. Thoughts crashed through her mind. What if this is it? What if I just lost the role of my life to a viral nobody? She clenched her phone, forcing composure, her mind racing through denial strategies.
People have real problems and no one gives a shit if she got paid for 17 instead of 18 on her multi-million-dollar salary, which is not calculated by the hour.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so.
Maybe it was an understudy run-through, maybe rehearsal B-roll. But deep down, she recognized the sinking certainty that this wasn't just a rehearsal cameo. This was a replacement. People have real problems, and no one cares if she got paid for 17 instead of 18 on her multi-million-dollar salary, which isn't calculated by the hour. The original cartoon came out in 1937, and it was evident. Unannounced and unstoppable, the only confirmation she would get tonight was the echo of thousands of strangers chanting in real time that her successor was already legendary.
It's just a really incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere to see themselves in.
Snow White is running for president.
I'm launching my campaign.
That viral clip, 15 seconds long, had detonated her comeback. But the worst part? Everyone in the world could watch it over and over except Rachel, who now couldn't bear to look at it again. Yet she couldn't stop the self-inflicted torture loop because somewhere in that grainy frame was the moment her Eva Perón dreams bled out. And she needed to see the exact second the knife went in.
That she believes that she should be able to express herself and speak her truth or whatever nonsense, regardless of the consequences to everybody else.
Stay till the end, the clip seemed to taunt. You'll watch a star fall in real time. By dawn, the internet's forensic squad had turned that 15-second leak into a feature-length autopsy. TikTok creators slowed the video to frame-by-frame dissection. Here's the newcomer's breath control. Here's the micro-pivot of her shoulders that telegraphs Eva's authority. And freeze. There's the partial profile proving she is definitively not Rachel Zegler.
What can be said about this level of narcissism? Here, please, enjoy.
The difference was brutal. Rachel soared, yes, but in a bright Disney princess belt. Camila's tone slid darker, seamlessly shifting up into the climactic high F with no strain. Rachel sounded like she was auditioning for an animated soundtrack. A viral breakdown declared, "Camila sounds like she's talking to God and the nation simultaneously." The reaction wasn't just positive, it was euphoric. TikTok duet chains blossomed overnight, users harmonizing with Camila's voice, adding strings, full orchestral scoring, even layering political imagery of 1940s Argentina for historical gravitas.
Because you just can't close your mouth. You just can't be sane, even when you do open your mouth. I think this girl does not deserve a feature-length film, but rather, she deserves to be in a padded cell.
A Broadway podcaster stitched the clip with live footage of Patti LuPone's legendary 1979 performance, labeling Camila the closest energy we've had in decades. On Twitter, a meme cycle was born. Split screens of Rachel in glamorous Snow White couture next to grainy Camila in rehearsal blacks, captioned, "Expectation versus reality." Reality wins. A Vita recast trended top 5 globally, dethroning a Marvel trailer drop.
Rachel, did Steven Spielberg not pay you for your role in West Side Story? Did Disney fail to give you a healthy paycheck for, Cry Me a River? She's just exactly everything that we can't stand.
The real dagger came from the West End blogosphere. A respected critic known for cautiously neutral takes posted at 5 a.m. If the leak is authentic, tonight's London theatre just witnessed a once-in-a-generation torch passing. This new Eva channels authenticity Rachel Zegler could never manufacture. Within minutes, legacy outlets picked up the wording. A morning radio show host opened their broadcast with, "Move over, Zegler." A real Argentine storm has blown into town.
Every hour I am in the outfit of Snow White wearing the dress. I deserve to be paid for every single one. Cry Me a River, she's just exactly everything that we can't stand.
A second explosion hit, this time from Backstage. A screenshot circulated in locked theatre discords before spilling onto Reddit. A typed rehearsal summary dated 2 weeks earlier, marked confidential at the top, with the director's initials below. Bullet points read like a surgical dissection of Rachel's professionalism, or lack thereof. Resists all direction, repeatedly halts blocking to debate character motivation, undermines team leadership, publicly questions choreographer in front of ensemble, disrupts rehearsal flow with unsolicited script rewrites, often ignores stage manager calls, believes production revolves around her star image, refuses to consider ensemble cohesion. The final bullet was the kill shot. Overall atmosphere untenable. Evaluate understudy contingency immediately.
Oh my God.
She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
What's Snow White's plan? CEO of IBM?
That afternoon, major entertainment sites headlined, "Internal Notes Brand Zegler Nightmare, Producer's Eye Replacement." The words nightmare and toxic trended adjacent to her name, delivered not by tabloids but by industry trades, usually careful with unverified gossip. Rachel's brand took another bruising blow, this time from within her own show family. Behind closed doors, crisis meetings erupted. Insiders leaked that Rachel's team wanted the production to issue a retraction, but producers refused. Without a formal contract termination in place, they wouldn't comment. Lawyers allegedly advised both parties to stay silent, which only made the memos and the silence surrounding them feel more true. Entertainment lawyers circle scandals like vultures, and this carcass is fresh.
I'm gonna stand there 18 hours in a dress. I deserve to be paid. We walk around in dresses, and we don't get paid for it, Rachel.
I never want it to come off as me being ungrateful for the opportunities.
A tabloid quoted an anonymous solicitor claiming Rachel's contract contained a moral turpitude and cooperation clause that producers may argue she breached through disruptive behaviour. If they prove breach, they owe her nothing further. But Rachel's team allegedly contends that the production failed its duty of care, overworking her, providing inadequate mental health support, and fostering a hostile environment. In practical terms, both sides could threaten lawsuits to force a private settlement. That's why no one's talking. Every tweet could be subpoenaed. Every off-the-record quote could become evidence. Industry veterans predict hush money in the six-figure range, cheaper than negative press if a trial drags the show's name through the mud. But there's a wild card. If Rachel sues publicly, Discovery could expose the full rehearsal recordings, including the meltdown.
I get stopped for photos every time I'm online for the Snow White ride, and I have to pretend like, oh God, well, crazy that we're in front of this.
Wait, how often are you in line for the Snow White ride?
I'm a narcissist.
Producers may settle quickly to keep that video buried. One theatrical insurance broker told a trade magazine, "This is exactly why productions carry cast behavior writers. If an actor becomes uninsurable, you replace them." Translation: the production may already have activated an insurance clause to recoup recast costs. Further proof they don't expect Rachel back. Contracts aside, there's the brand damage calculus. If Rachel drags the show to court, she risks cementing her nightmare label. If she swallows her pride and negotiates quietly, she escapes with money but no role and a bruised resume. If she does nothing, she gets neither justice nor closure. Each path is a trapdoor. None lead back to Eva's balcony. For now, Rachel sits in silent devastation, refreshing her phone like a gambler refusing to leave the table. The replacement has gone viral. The world is voting with views, clicks, and ticket pre-orders. Each new share whispers the same brutal verdict. Maybe Rachel was never meant to be Eva. Maybe the role was waiting for the right voice all along. If you're waiting for the unedited rehearsal clip, stay tuned. Word is, it's only a matter of time before someone hits upload. When they do, we'll break down every frame because this story isn't closing. It's just between acts. The next scene will be determined by Rachel's choice, deciding whether the curtain falls softly or crashes down with echoes she'll hear for the rest of her life.